Placentia community, it's Eric Holmgren, your ambassador at large. And today I am with Nikki Ware at Nikki's Kitchen. Good morning. How are you
Good
doing?
morning. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you too. And I've been here before for breakfasts and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
So I know that you've got a lovely space, but why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got involved in Nikki's Kitchen?
I was always catering. I have construction background, so I did a lot of HR and accounts receivable, payable. But I always had a passion for cooking. My dad at a young age taught me, and so I knew it was always something I wanted to do. And it was a kind of exciting to take, make people a meal, and it was always my way of serving others. And so I just wanted to put that out there further. And I knew I wasn't getting any younger. So I had to hustle along. And probably my early 40s, I just thought now is the time. And this space became available, which, finding a space in Yorba Linda can be tough. And I wanted it to be in my community.
Right.
I loved that it was next to Lamppost Pizza because I knew they were moving in. And I had a great relationship with them. They'd let me use their kitchen for a lot of years for making cookies.
Okay.
So that kind of snowballed into this. I knew Yorba Linda needed a breakfast place. I thought we'd do light breakfast with pastries and coffee, and that snowballed into a full breakfast menu and some lunch.
Okay. Well, great. So you've been open since when?
We opened at the end of 2018, December 2018.
Okay. And what are your hours typically?
We are open Tuesday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay. So just basically breakfast, lunch
Breakfast
type
and
of a thing.
lunch, yeah.
Okay, cool.
We do offer special events and that kind of thing.
Right, right.
So after hours.
And so you had a previous experience in construction. How do you think that helps you with opening up a little restaurant for yourself?
I knew the business end. I knew what I needed to get it up and running, dealing with cities, dealing with paperwork. I could figure all that out. I struggled with the food purchasing and that end. But again, it was doable. I could figure it out with my knowledge of past history of, working in having a business. The thing that kind of threw me, even employees, I knew about that, but working day to day with customers and day to day with employees in a space like this where it's customer service oriented, that was a challenge. Always finding employees from the beginning was a challenge. Obviously, we stayed open through COVID,
Right.
and came out of that. So we continue to work on employee retention. We have a lot of employees that we've been able to promote within. So that's been a huge help. We're currently looking at, it's been a while since we last looked for employees. So coming off the COVID, I'm hoping there's some people out there ready to work. And we get a lot of high school students. But the problem with that is they all go on to college,
Right.
or they finish college and go on to their career. But we've been lucky to have some great kids.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard this is a common refrain from a lot of businesses trying to find staff for stuff. So what are some of the methods that you're using to recruit or find new staff?
This time around, we're trying always Facebook and Instagram. We usually put some kind of advertisement up here in the kitchen. Word of mouth is always great. We love a referral from one of our employees that we've got because then they know the demand that the kitchen has, because we have a short window of time we're open and we have a short window of time when people want that breakfast. And so it can be go, go, go. And then it kind of tapers off at the end of the day. So somebody who can kick into that fast pace, but also get things done once they've got some quiet time. We've tried Indeed and some of the other platforms, but we realized where we're getting our best employees and referrals from are usually word of mouth and Instagram.
Okay. So usually from existing staff or then from clients, customers.
Right. We get a
Okay.
lot of customers, a lot of customer referrals because they know the space, they know kind of what we're looking for. And we just always, if it's, we want somebody hardworking, and we've got great employees with great work ethic, especially in a community where a lot of kids don't need to even work during high school and college.
Right.
So we've been super blessed with getting some definite hard workers.
Okay. Well, good. Well, those sound like good methods. And then as far as retaining employees, that's always another challenge.
That is definitely a challenge.
How are you handling that?
Well, and especially when, we have minimum wage increases, which can always be rough because we don't want to constantly be raising our prices, but we really try to take care of our employees. We try to make sure they're getting paid what they're worth. We offer free meals when they're working. They always have a great time experimenting with free coffee drinks. So it's kind of unlimited coffee drinks while you're working. So that's always a perk,
Right.
especially for these young kids.
Yeah, that might entice me to come in and work for,
Yeah.
free coffee.
Yes, yes, that's always a fun element of it. We love to encourage them to get creative and come up with special drinks, even menu items. We have a lot of staff that kind of create their own menu item, and sometimes it ends up on our menu.
Okay. All right. So opportunity for them to be creative, have a certain amount of autonomy there with what they're doing with their work too.
Definitely.
So yeah, those are all important elements. Well, I know that the your space here is very cozy. It's very inviting. What were your ideas as far as putting together your decor and kind of setting up the concept for Nikki's Kitchen?
I knew the feel I wanted. Luckily, my husband, with our construction background, my husband is very creative. He has an eye for detail and what will work. I was very lucky to get friends who were very creative, who helped pick colors, laying out of the space. Again, I don't necessarily have that, but I knew what I wanted, but my husband had the vision to kind of execute it along with the help of friends. And I think it's just created a space where we have people who literally will come at 8:30 in the morning and I'm shooing them out at 2:30 as I'm trying to get out the door to get my son.
Right.
So I think we've done a really good job with that.
Yeah. Well, I have always thought the vibe here was really very, very nice and very pleasant,
That's
very
great.
inviting. So,
Thank you.
well, Nikki, is there anything else you'd like to share with our friends out in the Placentia Chamber community?
I would just like to say I love the Placentia Chamber. I know we're not in Placentia, but we're kind of that West End border, and I love that we get so much support from the Placentia Chamber. We truly appreciate it.
Well, fantastic. Well, Nikki, it was great to come out and see you today.
Awesome.
And until our next episode, everybody, be well.